Hello, Matty coming at you with another Planet Coaster episode. I hear what you're all thinking. Matty, this isn't Eden Gardens, what are you playing at? Well, in between the final episode and the park tour, I said I would do a couple of park spotlights. So here I present Trinity Lake. Have I got that right? Yes, Trinity Lake. A creation by M&J Games. M&J Games has been a big supporter of my channel, has given me some nice feedback, commenting on all my videos, and he mentioned this park and asked me just to have a quick look at it. So I've had a download of it, I've had a look around, and I'm very impressed with what I've seen. But one of the problems that M&J Games had was, with them being PS4, they hit the build limit. So one thing that I did want to do this episode was just maybe just help out and see if I can reduce that piece count a little bit. After first inspection, I have seen quite a few things I could potentially help with and just bring that piece count down and just allow them to finish off the park with a bit more detailing. But very exciting, very nice park, and I'm excited to start showing this off. Just as a heads up, just before we get into the tour, I am doing this voiceover live. I'm not pre-recording and then doing the voiceover afterwards. And anyone who has watched the series knows how that normally goes. But fingers crossed, we're going to nail this. We're not going to have too many mistakes. But without further ado, let's get into this park. So here we go, Trinity Lake. Custom entrance. A really nice building. I love the curvature of it. Really nice. Simple yet effective. One thing I did notice as you were walking in is you've got these little areas here which were empty, obviously because you'd hit the build limit, which is unfortunate, but hopefully if I am able to reduce your piece count a little bit, you'll be able to come back and touch them up. Or just get a PS5 and you will have a lot more room then as well. On the PS5 this is currently at 87%. But my plan today is to try and get this down maybe around the 80% mark, maybe a bit lower if possible, but we'll see how we go. We'll do a tour, I'll do some editing, and then I'll show what I've done afterwards. So we go through the entrance and into this plaza. Really nice little plaza. I like the track that goes over there. And if you go to the right, you've got this custom-made hotel. I really like this hotel. Really nice. I especially like the helicopter on the top. I don't know if you made that yourself or if you got that off the workshop, but whatever, it's fantastic. A couple of hundred pieces. A little part of me wondered, is it worth that? Maybe just get one of the helicopters that's already in game, but it looks so good. I would actually to be tempted to keep that, to be honest, because it looks absolutely ace. It looks like a proper Apache. Am I right in saying that? I don't know, but whatever, it looks good. It looks better than the ones that are in game, if honest. So great job. And then just to the side of this hotel you've got some seating down here with all this path down there, and around the back of the hotel you've got all these balconies with all chairs and tables on, looking really nice. Maybe something that we could reduce later on. But again, it's something we will come back to later on. One thing I have noticed is there's a lot of pathing down in this park, and pathing is one of the big areas of the park. It's such a percentage killer. So maybe we can have a look at some of these paths, maybe try and reduce some of them, try and give the illusion of paths where paths aren't actually there. But we'll come back to that later, after we've done the full park tour. So we go over the plaza and we've got this little restaurant that you've built here with a coffee shop and a donut shop in. I love this illusion of the wooden planks that you've used there. That's done to really nice effect. Again, maybe something you could look at potentially using something else in place rather than having all them wooden planks, but again, we will have a look at the end. But a lovely little building. I really like that. Really nice. You did actually have a guest actually trapped in this wall here. There was one guest that was kind of like glitched in between the walls, so I freed them for you. You're welcome. And then as we come out the side here, so I like how you've done all the back staff access to the shop. Really nice little detailing. And then you've just got your foliage here. One little tip or trick that I can give you is obviously down here you've got, I don't know, I'm going to hazard a guess at, I don't know, 30, 40 pieces there for that effect. Just drop a tree down. Use an oak tree, use a couple of different trees, drop them down. Will give the same effect for 1 or 2 trees in place of 40 or 50 bushes. So that's something you could potentially look at as well. But please don't think that I am criticising, because that is not the case. I absolutely love this park. I think it's fantastic, and it's just such a shame that you hit the build limit, because I could see what it was that you were going for. But let's go over this bridge and over into the main park. So as we go over the bridge, you are presented with this first ride, Flatline. That sign is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you did... Oh, get out of the way, move. I don't know if you did that sign yourself, but if you did, I would very kindly ask you to do a full alphabet with that lettering and get it on the workshop, because I would 100% use that lettering. I believe it's a lower piece count than lettering that I'm currently using in Eden Gardens. Really effective, really professionally done. I'm a huge fan of that. So M&J, please make a full alphabet and let me know when it's on the workshop, because I want it. And I imagine a lot of other people will as well. So you've got the queue going down there, simple, effective. I'm not very good when it comes to like kind of like official names of queues and coasters and things like that. Is that a cattle queue, is it, or something like that? I'm sure somebody will let me know. But yeah, really nice little queue, effective. And you come up here and onto the ride. So let's just have a look at it zoomed out. So you've got the 2 trains on there. It's actually the same type of ride that I did a Hurricane in Eden Gardens, but clearly a very different layout. And you've done your transfer tracks as well, something that I never did. The transfer tracks all the way throughout the park that you've done are amazing. Really well done. Just gives that extra sense of realism. Something that I have not attempted to do yet, but looking at yours is something that I'm going to have to look at maybe for my next park, because they just add such a sense of realism. And let's have a ride on this. So here we go. Nice big first lift. I like how you've got the lights going up there as well. Is there going to be a better seat for this? Yeah, there we go, in the middle. Nice view of the park. Oh wow, big first drop. Lovely and smooth. Another one as well. Very nice. Through that loop. Oh, that was nice. I liked that. And then over the queue path as well. Lovely. Very impressed. So that was Flatline. I had no feedback, if I'm honest. I really, really like that. You've set a benchmark now for the rest of the park, because I really liked that. Some points throughout the ride, maybe a little bit lackluster in the scenery, but again, I understand why it was the limitations of the console, and for the detailing that you're putting in around the park, I can see that should you have that room and percentage, then you would be decorating these more. But really nice. And we have Insanity. I recognise that. A nice little queue line for Insanity as well. Nicely decorated. And which way shall we go? So let's have a quick zoom out. Which way shall we go? Let's go this way for a second. So we've got some shops here. So these fences I'd seen that you'd custom made, so that is something that we can have a look at. Replace them with the Studios Pack fences. So for the sake of what, a couple of 100 pieces there, get that down to maybe 5 or 6. So that will help out there. And then what's this little ride here? Where's the queue? So what have we got? The Jester. I like the colouring of it. I like the purple colouring of it. And for the sake of keeping the video to a reasonable length, I'm not going to ride every single coaster, so we'll just have a look. With this being a children's coaster, we'll get the sense of idea of what it will be. So, but a really nice little coaster again. I like the detailing around it. Some nice use of foliage again. And you've dabbled in the terrain paint a little bit as well, I can see. And is that another transfer track you've done there? No, not another one on that one. Chances are you wouldn't on one of these children's rides. But yeah, I really like that. The Jester looking good. So let's have a wander down this way. I mean, that transfer track is just amazing. I love it. Flat line. So again, we've got this custom fencing here, so we can reduce that piece count as well. And do we go over there? Where does that go? I'm obviously mindful of, I want to try and see everything. And we've got Sunflare there. I mean, that's a big ride. Get a good view of the park. I like how you've got that up the top up there. Very nice. Right, and let's get back down here. Let's try and get down here. I apologise if you can hear my phone. See again another area here that, oh, get out of the way, tree, is just not done up. It's such a shame that you hit this build limit, because I can see what it was you were going for. I can see it, and I can envision what you would be able to do with more piece count. I mean, this is amazing. You're extremely talented builder. I absolutely tip my hat off to you. And I would love to see what you would be able to do without them levels of restrictions. But if we have a look at this area around here, I mean, all this pathing around here, we could reduce a lot of that and give the illusion. We could use screens underneath, so we could probably quarter that path, use screens, and just bring that percentage count down again. I mean, even if I was to give you, like, say, another 10%, so you could just go around and just do foliage and decoration, I would be extremely excited to see what you would be able to do. But we've got a rising raptor over here. And what's this in here? What have we got here? Oh, what was going on there? Oh, that's a lot of trapped people. Why are they all trapped? Right, I'll come back and sort that later for you. Oh wow, lots of shops on the other side as well. And you've gone upstairs as well, so where does upstairs go? Ooh, I hate going upstairs with this camera. Made it. Nailed it. And then you've got more shops upstairs as well. Wow. See, as good as they are, I would be half tempted to maybe create that as a bit of a is it a facade? Make it look like an illusion. Make it look like there's things up there, but there actually isn't. Because the amount of food shops that you've got downstairs, I imagine these ones upstairs are not going to be used that much, and you're having to have pathing to go up there, especially to do it. So maybe just have the illusion that there's shops up there and reduce all that path going, and that could potentially save a bit of percentage as well. But lovely building. So let's come out and past Rising Raptor, and then we've got Gears of Fear here, and then more shops over here again, and what we've got over here, staff only. So is this going to be a transfer track for that ride over there? It is indeed. I love these transfer tracks that you've done. I really do. They're absolutely amazing. But let's look at it properly first. So what have we got? The Intimidator 285. I wonder what the 285 is for. You'll have to let me know on that. Is that referencing anything in particular? Does that mean something to you? Well, let's have a zoom out look. Well, that's a big coaster. Wow. So this is one of the main attractions in the park. And let's have a ride of this. So I am having to edit this bit of voice over the ride because one thing I did not think about was the volume of the coasters themselves whilst I was talking. So whilst I was editing the video, I watched it back and was talking throughout this ride, and then couldn't actually hear a word of it over the coaster. You could just hear that kind of muffled voice. So I will redo it without the sound of the coaster and me talking. So nice big first lift there with a nice first drop. And what I was saying, what you wouldn't have been able to hear before, was one of the aspects of the game that I do feel that I'm a bit weaker at is the actual coaster designs themselves. I like doing foliage and realistic scenery and things like that, but the actual coaster building, I feel I'm a bit lackluster at, and M&J, this is clearly one of the aspects of the game where you actually excel at, because these rides are fantastic. They're so smooth and so realistic. They are very much the type of ride that I would see you going on in real life. But here we are coming up to the end of the ride. Very impressive. I really like it. And I will close out this editing part of the voice and go back to the video again. So again, 7.6, 5.9, 2.41. So clearly got a knack for making these coasters. So let's just hide the hood again. There we go, hood gone. Right, so that's over this side of the park done. Oh, except for this one. We haven't had a look at this one yet. Well, that's amazing. Looks like almost like a shipping port or something. Some kind of construction site. So, what is where's the entrance? Over here. And in Vertigo. I like the station. There's a hell of a lot of lights. I've seen them somewhere before. Where have I seen you? Strange that. Oh, a very cheeky little transfer track there as well. I like how you've incorporated that into the queue. That's amazing. That's really good. But I do really like that station. Very impressive. Shall we have a ride of this one as well? Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a ride of this one. So I like when you're sitting here waiting for it to go, you can actually see the other one going around as well. That's a really nice little touch. You've got the ride going extremely close to where they actually leave the station, so I really like that. It's a nice little touch, bit of interaction with the ride itself as it goes. And here we go. Oh, we've got a nice slow lift going up this time. You may potentially be able to hear my daughter in the background. I do apologise if that is the case. With the live recording, that is one of the downfalls, I'm afraid. But here we go. A lovely view of the park as you go around here. You can see pretty much the entire park. Wow. That's fantastic. Very nice. The stats are a little bit lower on that one, but it looks good. So, it doesn't matter. It looks really good. So, that's this part of the park done, so let's go back over the other side. So, let's go back over this bridge again. And past Sunflare, past Flatline. I like the exit for Flatline. Really nice interaction with the rides going over it, under it. Really nice interaction. Very nice. Alright, let's come out down here and let's go over here. Ooh, through the ride. Oh. Right. And let's go over this bridge. So how are we looking? Oh right, so we've actually almost done all the park already then. Right, okay, cool. Right. Forge. Nice little queue line again, just nice simple building above it. Very nice, we've got the Screaminator. I like your queue line there as well. And then Hammer Swing. I almost wonder, I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, but a little part of me wonders if maybe to just delete one of the rides. I know it's only a percentage or two, but just with the rides being so close together, I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. But this walkway is absolutely massive. This plaza here, I mean, that must be taking up 2 or 3% alone, which you might be able to get down with, again, with an illusion, maybe some flat screens. We could probably get most of that down. Maybe if you were even to put something in the centre of it, you know. So maybe something like kind of Eden Gardens, like kind of with a water feature going down the middle. I mean, you've done one at the start, so something like that. Maybe recreate that over there, going all the way down, like in various bits, and that would possibly bring the percentage down quite substantially. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not meaning to criticise, that is not my intention. My intention is to praise, because I am blown away by this park. So you've got more shops, staff room, toilets there. This queue line is awesome. Oh no, that's the exit. Oh right, so where's the entrance? Velocity. So there's your queue entrance. You're very good at incorporating the queues and exits into the rides themselves. You've done it numerous times throughout the park, and very effective, very nice trick. And let's go in the station. Oh, camera again, and another transfer track again. So you've got transfer tracks on basically every coaster that you've done. Really nice. Where is the actual coaster itself? There. So let's wait for the coaster to try and come back, and then we will have a ride of it. Here it comes. So let's just have a quick look at the stats just before we do. So 7.6. You like them 7.6s? So 7.6, 5.1 and 1.69. You're consistent, I'll give you that much. So let's have a ride. There's so much noise going on today. I've got a washing machine going on in the kitchen. I've now got somebody doing gardening outside. It's very loud, so I do apologise profusely if there is a lot of background noise in this video. I normally record in the evening when it's a lot quieter and kids have gone to bed and people aren't outside gardening and the washing machine isn't on. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the video too much. I'm just going to speed this up just a bit, because that's a long climb. It's impressive that you've got the stats so high with such a long climb up. That's massive. That is huge. I wonder if you can maybe just speed that up a little bit, because it goes on forever. Even with sped up. I can see a big drop in coming now though. Well, surprisingly enough, it wasn't as big a drop as I thought. Lots better. I like that though, don't we? As well, just go lane there. So much airtime. I can see why it's called velocity. A appropriate name. Very nice. A little part of me, again, wonders if that might potentially be too long. Because that's also going to be eating into your percentage count. It's a really good ride, but I wonder if it does maybe just go on just a bit too long. I mean, of all the rides in the park as well, I think the park looks really good, but I'd say that's the one that potentially stands out the most. I mean, with the coasters that you've got, I don't know. Don't know is the honest answer to that. I'm a little bit torn on that. I almost wonder if it would be better to just have this just go around this back area here only, and that is going to reduce the piece count quite substantially. You could still get a very good stat ride in that area, reduce your piece count loads, and that will free you up to do loads of decoration, loads of scenery all around it. You wouldn't need to touch any of this at all. That could stay exactly the same, but you could have this go up and maybe just drop that way instead. I don't know where your border of the park is. Where are we? It must be over here. Oh no, there we are. So there's your border there. So you've got quite a lot of room to play with, and maybe just have it all intertwined around here and like kind of build it up, because what was it called, velocity. So you can still have that same velocity illusion, but just kind of like going around this area, and like maybe like kind of even have it coming through the caves, and like kind of have it coming like right down the stream here. Again, I'm just toying with the idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and M&J, let me know what you think as well as to that idea as well, because I'm thinking sightlines of the park as well, and sightlines, the park looks great, The only one I would say that stands out is velocity. It kind of does stand out like a sore thumb. To maybe have a play with that. But let's just have a final quick look down here. So we've got the foods and drink here. And then we've got this ride here. So where's the entrance? Oh, you haven't named this ride. This ride doesn't have a name. Can I name it for you? We're doing a park spotlight, so let's have a look at it. That's a big... See, another big coaster again. We're not actually going to go for a ride on this one, mostly because of the time. See, now that one, even though that's a long ride, I would very much keep that in. And what are the stats? Again, green across the board. So, oh, called Green Mamba. Oh, right, so you have named it. It's called Green Mamba. You just haven't done the sign. So, I'd be tempted to put some water in there, you know. So have it drop and then maybe have it splash as it goes through. But M&J, I'm extremely impressed with this park. Really like what I've seen. Apologies if you think I have critiqued too much. That was not my intention. But without further ado, I'm actually going to have a quick look through the park and see if I can reduce this piece count for you. So I'm going to go and do that now, and I'll be back in a moment to show what I have done. Speak to you in a moment. And here we are back in Trinity Lake again with some alterations that I've made. So I haven't done loads, and I've been speaking to M&J throughout the day, so they're aware that they've got homework to do after this. But in this entranceway, I've just changed up these because there was about 50 foliage items in each. So I've made 2 small ponds, and these are just a couple of trees that are dropped down. So I think there's 2 trees in that one, and about 4 or 5 trees in that one, which reduced the piece count. I changed the steps, and these are just art shapes, because with you going for a realistic park, I thought it would need access for disabled. So people in wheelchairs would still need to be able to get up. So I was able to rip out the stairs, which were about 6 pieces each, and just put in 1 block in its place. And then round here, with this never really being accessed by the staff, I ripped the path out there and just used art shapes there as well. And then the hotel, the windows were taking up about 50 pieces each, so each like kind of row down was 50 pieces, so that's like 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 550 pieces just on this one side alone. So I ripped all them out and replaced them with them, and the same on that side and the same on that side. And I stood and watched for quite a while to see if anyone was using this restaurant or using these benches, and they weren't. So with that in mind, I ripped out the restaurant, ripped out all the path here, and this is just a screen. So a couple of projection screens thrown down. So that helped to reduce the piece count again. And then as we come over here, flatline, you'd done custom fencing here, so I just ripped all that out and just put the fencing on that they got there. The fencing I've just replaced with Studios fencing, so I think it was 7. Like, so each row was 7, so I've replaced them with Studios fencing, so there's now just 2 instead. And the fencing as well, so it needs touching up. Obviously, I've just kind of thrown it down as a guide. But this was 150 odd pieces, and now it's however many that is, say about 15. And I've done that at various points throughout the park, so around this shop as well, the same. There was somewhere else as well. This shop, the same. So I've just chucked them down there. What else have I done? I do apologise, I botched your path and I couldn't get it to go back again. So, sorry about that. But I'm sure you'll be able to fix it. In the restaurant upstairs, the path no longer comes up here. The stairs will end there, but from visually you can't actually tell, and then the shops are just downstairs. So all the path upstairs is gone and all the shops are gone upstairs. This fence all needs replacing with studios, so I mean that's 28 pieces there. You could do that with 4, so that would be a big reduction. I think there might be more around the park as well as we go. Don't think I really made any changes down here. Oh, the lights. You can probably reduce the lights. You could probably quarter them at least. But I forgot to do that, so you could probably do that as well. I forgot to show this ride in the park tour, I'm sorry. So this was Batman. I think that, yeah, Batman. So I didn't actually show that. But we won't go for a ride of it. But yeah, good ride. I like it. Looks good. So let's go over this side of the park. Again, just change the fencing here. Did I change the fence there? No, so all that needs doing as well. So you can replace all of that as well. So that's going to be a lot of pieces saved. In this thick wooden beam, you can... I didn't even realise that. You could do the same. You don't need to use these to do that effect. So if we edit the building and have a look in the roofing, you'd be able to get something that's going to work as a similar effect to that. I mean, even if you were to use that, maybe not necessarily that one, but I mean, you've got maybe not that. See, they probably work quite well. And then just change the colour of them. So if you change the colour of them to black, you could use them potentially, and that would save on the piece count there massively. As we come over here, I've ripped up a lot of the path, and the same again, just use projection screens underneath, so you can still do more. You can do more down this middle bit if you wanted to build up some stuff around there. And here was the big change. Velocity. I've done a complete rejig of this, so it no longer goes all the way over there, and it's now just confined to this bit only. And so it comes up, comes down here, has a nice big drop, goes around, goes up and over there. It does need tweaking a little bit. I'm sure that you will find a really good way and really good use of that, but it almost stops, I think, as it comes up there. It does actually make it, but only just. Or was it? I can't remember whereabouts it was, but yeah, I'm sure you will find something to do with that. And what else? I think it was just that. It was mostly fencing that I did, to be honest. Mostly fencing as I went around changing that. So now obviously you've got room to now do it on this side as well. But I closed the park and it went down to 79%, but then when I reopened it with all the guests coming back in again, it went back up to 81%. But with all these fences ripped out and replaced, and the ones that I'd seen, I can't remember where I said they were now. So, oh, that's another one as well. So that fence there will need changing. That's 15 pieces per one. So that would need changing as well. All the way around here, look. So all that could be done. I reckon you could still get another 3, maybe 4% if you were to go around and do all of that. But yeah, it looks really good. I really like this park. Oh, that was the other fence. So that one there. I mean, that building's 511 pieces. For the sake of one small building with 3 food shops in it, you could 100% do something with that and reduce that massively. I think that would make a huge difference. But yeah, if you were to get yourself a PS5, if you're able to grab one with these shortages that go on, I think you could make this park absolutely incredible. I mean, just this 19% alone that you've got right now would make an absolutely huge difference, and you could make this absolutely incredible. But I hope you like the changes that I've made. Sorry that I've given you some homework, but without further ado, I'll close out the episode. So thank you ever so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Check out M&J Games YouTube channel. He's also got some good videos on there as well. And if you would maybe like me to have a look at your park as well and possibly do a park spotlight and give any advice or feedback, then give me a shout and let me know. But without further ado, thank you ever so much for watching. Stay safe, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you shortly for the park tour of Eden Gardens and some more park spotlights. Goodbye.